Good day, family, and welcome to today's episode of the Market Compass. Our forex focus will be on dollar index and the majors, the Euro USD and GBP USD. Right. In the previous video, I informed us about our potential bullish buyers in the dollar, showing us some clean areas of points of interest or drawn liquidity that we had on the monthly time frame, these highs and potentially these highs. Actually forecasting that this week we might not really get the retracements on this week. Like, we're going to get that buys Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all through buys without having to come any lower than this anymore. So remember that I called that we might most likely see Monday, Tuesday sales, then Wednesday into Friday the buys. But looking at the way the week is starting, all right, we had a bullish Monday price action and we also had a bullish Tuesday price action. We are also going to have a bullish Wednesday, a bullish Thursday, a bullish Friday, all into these particular levels. All right, so it's more bullish continuations as it stands. And if we compare it to what we have with the quarter point levels right here, I remember explaining that these quarter point levels, we had these areas of targets for us, and it's going to really make much sense for us to see here captured. And other very much interesting areas for us is going to be the liquidity just resting above there. So maybe by tomorrow, we might just get that drop to retest this particular quarter point, and we'll now begin to see the bullish price action all the way to the upside. All right, so it is bullish continuations of the dollar index. We've gotten some clean opportunities on these guys nonetheless. And you know what that is going to mean for Euro USD and GBP USD? Just bearish continuations. All right. I'm not expecting any so much deep retracement on GBP USD for the sell continuation. We are definitely going to see these sells all the way to these lows. Most likely even selling all the XSS JPY. All right. Bullish and bullish for the dollar to the end of the year, and bearish in GBP USD and Euro USD for the end of the year. So in order for us to anticipate this, we can just redefine our points of interest, preferably on the 4 hours time frame. As you can see, price has just been respecting all the 4 hours range, right? Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and we're just respecting all that particular range. So it's going to make sense to see price tomorrow come into, if maybe during the Asian session we can see price trade right into this imbalance. That will really be a good trade for us. All right, so into this imbalance, if 15 minutes shift in structure, just wait for that 15 minutes break of structure. If no 15 minutes break, no trade for you. All right. So once we get that 15 minutes break of structure, that is exactly going to be your trade within that imbalance, and we take it all the way to the downside. For Euro USD, same thing applicable. All right. I'm heavily bearish in Euro USD, and I really want to see price capture these lows. All right, just as we have on on GBP USD, and also potentially these lows. So more selling opportunities tomorrow. And in order for us to look out for those selling opportunities, I will so let's focus on the 4 hours time frame structure. Right, the 4 hours time frame has proven very, very much consistent. Looking at it here, the lower lows, lower highs. All right, you even have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, some lower lows, lower highs, and a new lower low. So to make sense to see price trade all the way back up tomorrow, and then we'll begin to take our entries. This was the trade we got on Euro USD today. We had these points of interest within that particular 4 hours range. We had this imbalance here that was a very, very good point of interest for me. So that was the play. But before I executed, I had to patiently wait for the 15 minutes to give me an evidence. And the evidence I actually took here was this bearish engulfing candle, all right? The bearish engulfing candle that presented right around my point of interest. I was comfortable with that. I knew that this bearish engulfing was going to potentially lead us to a break of structure, which it did, and that was the descent. So even if you had not taken it there, you could have taken it right at the close of the break of structure. SL just right above that is about 11 pips SL, or let's call it 11.9. That's about 12 pips SL, and you got a clean 1 to 3 rigs reward. All right, so it would have been a very decent day if you are taking this trade. I did take the trade, and then it was a very great day for us. So tomorrow, we're looking out for more bearish continuation on these guys. Where exactly will I be much more interested in? I'm going to be very interested in these points of interest right here. Okay, so I would really want to see price come right into these levels to give us, those evidence to now start selling. All right, so either a 5-minute break of structure or preferably the 15-minute break of structure, and then that is exactly going to be our trade to the downside. All right, so correlating it to what we have here, based on my DRSC model, let me see this. Let me see what level this is. Good. So based on my DRSC model, I can typically call this my A, B, C, D leg. All right, I spoke more about this in the bootcamp on the falling tree pattern. So we have a typical case of the falling tree pattern just right here. And if we're having that, that means we would actually want to see these highs being cleared. Immediately we get these highs cleared, and then we see a 15-minute shift in structure. That is exactly our trade. Anywhere within this point of interest is our trade. So same thing applicable to what we said. It's just the same EU, but then this is it now with relations to the DRSC levels. All right, so same point of interest, same bias. Let's keep our eyes on what we can get there. So let's see also on the GBP USD and Euro USD in relation to the quarter point levels. All right, so we are getting already close to these quarter point levels. There are many more quarter point levels targets that we have. So it's going to be a very, very large drop. So apparently GBP USD has dropped about, because each of these quarter points are 250 pips away. So in the past, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. In the past 5 days, GBP USD has done a whooping 250 pips. And I'm still anticipating some more 250 pips drop on these guys. All right, just like what happened here. You can see how they did 500 pips in a few days. And they were not really giving that deep retracement, just the day we open and boom, they're buying. The day we open and then boom, they're buying. Exactly what I anticipated, that by the open of tomorrow, no much deep retracement, and we take the sales again to the downside. All right, so that's what I'm anticipating on the GU. And same thing on the Euro USD, we have Euro USD, we just broke one of the most recent quarter point levels. So it's going to make sense for us to see more bearish price action to capture these lows, all right, and even trade into this quarter point level. So maybe price can just tap this quarter point, just as we also have in the DXY, right, as we looked at it in the beginning, and then capture these lows and head for these quarter point levels all the way here. So this is my view on the dollar index, and this is my view on the Euro USD. So trade safe, clap easy, don't blow your account. We have some very much interesting news coming up this week, and out of those news, by tomorrow we have the NZD by 1 a.m. We have 2:15 p.m. we have a USD ISM news, or ADP news 2:15, and 4 o'clock p.m. we also have the ISM service PMI. So we also have GBP monetary policy on Thursday. So I'm pretty much sure we're going to get some really good moves on GBP USD on Thursday into Friday. The whole of this week has been an action week, and you can see how price has been moving. All right, so just don't snooze. All right, don't snooze. Execute and take only high probability trade setups only, and enjoy the rest of the week. Okay, so I hope you've gotten value from this video. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the comment sections. And like I said, I will be sending updates about these trades in the free Telegram channel. The link is going to be dropped in the description box, and so you can always join the free channel, and you can also access me there too. So if any questions, drop them in the comment box. Hit that like and subscribe button if you found value in this video, and kindly share with your friends also. Thank you very much, and see you on the next one.